Do you believe in Jesus?
Or do you know Jesus?
Do you praise Jesus just on Sunday?
Or throughout the week?
Is Jesus an acquaintance?
Or a friend?
Is there a difference between a religion
and having a relationship? So, what is the difference between having a religion with Jesus and having a relationship with Jesus? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, what did having a religion with Jesus look like in the Bible? Well, the Pharisees are a prime example of that. Even though that they claimed to be followers of God, their actions told a different story.
What sorrow awaits you, you teachers of religious law, and you Pharisees, hypocrites! You are so careful to tithe the tiniest income from your herb garden, but you ignore the most important aspects of the law, justice, mercy, and faith. You should tithe, yes, but do not neglect the important things. Matthew 23:23.
The Pharisees were obsessed with their ceremonies and practices and routines. They knew their religion like it was a system. They could go through all of their ceremonies, practices, routines blindfolded. But there was no emotion, no relationship with God. It was just a bunch of rules and regulations. Nowadays, we do the same thing. We treat Christianity like it's a system. We try to keep up appearances in order to keep our belief that we are a good person. In our society, having a religion with Jesus looks like going to church every once in a while, not really worshiping God, just going through the motions of church, then sitting down daydreaming while the pastor speaks. I mean, we might catch a word here and there and, oh my word, might actually learn something about Jesus, but not actually following it. Then we wait for the pastor to dismiss us in time for supper or the big game that day, and we don't really learn anything about God. We just do our own thing and repeat the process of church. That is a religion. That is what our society falls prey to. It's so easy to fall into the trap of going through the motions of church, to only do the bare minimum that is required of us, to not really pay attention. I'm telling you now, Jesus wants more than that. So if that's a religion, what does a relationship with God look like? What does a relationship even mean? The best person to look up to in the Bible when trying to figure out how to have a relationship with God is Jesus. To have a relationship with God looks a lot like the way Jesus had a relationship with his Father while he was here on earth. What did Jesus do to have a relationship with God?
Before daybreak the next morning, Jesus got up and went to an isolated place to pray. Mark 1:35.
Before the day even started, Jesus talked to his Father. In order to have a relationship with anyone, really, you have to talk to him. And what better time to talk to Jesus than in the morning? Talking to Jesus before the day even starts brings our focus into him. So many times we wake up thinking, what am I doing today? Did I finish all my work? Is my car filled up? Did I pay all my bills? Talking to God in the morning helps bring our focus and attention on him before our worries distract us.
When he came to the village of Nazareth, his boyhood home, he went as usual to the synagogue on the Sabbath and stood up to read the scriptures. Luke 4:16.
In order to have a relationship with anyone, you have to know more about the person. Jesus taught us how to know God. Jesus went to church and not only read the word, but comprehended it and applied it to his life. Jesus taught us that we can know God by reading his word. As a Christian, we should read our Bible and learn more about our Heavenly Father. In order to have a relationship, you have to trust the person. Jesus showed us how to trust God. There is no relationship without trust. We have to trust that God knows what he's doing. Without trust, there can be no deep, meaningful relationship. What God wants, what God craves for, is to have a relationship with us. We become stronger in our faith. No longer participate or think or act like the world. We want no part of it. We think less about ourselves and more about what God wants. Start to be unashamed about being a Christian, and we want to share Christ with everyone that we meet. We start to share Christ with others, no matter what they think, because we know in our hearts that introducing them to Christ, we are introducing a love that is so awesome, so pure, so great, that we don't want them to miss out on. Having a relationship with God is more than just a religion filled with do's and don'ts. No, a relationship with God changes you from the inside